It's Monday, April 12th, 2021, and this is The Inbox with Greg Nibler. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this episode of The Inbox. Of course, hit subscribe to Two Box Media, TWO Box Media, wherever you are, whatever platform you're watching on. Drop in your comments, share it. You know the drill, all of that stuff. We do appreciate it. Check out all of our other videos as well. But let's get you started with some tech news here at the beginning of this week. And I'm going to tell you this right at the start. I have a feeling we may get an event announcement this week. It's just a feeling, but there's a lot of rumors leading up to that, and I'm talking about Apple, of course. So originally, their event was going to be taking place at the end of March. At least that was what a bunch of rumors were. That didn't happen clearly, and now we think it's going to happen at least by the end of this month. Hopefully. Things are weird right now, but I think we got a good possibility, and here's what we could be seeing with that. First up, we will most likely be getting some updates to the iPad, and that's in particular the iPad Pro. We think we're going to get kind of a revamp on that with a potential new screen using a mini LED screen. But one caveat with that, there's some rumors out right now from Forbes about those particular ones. The 12.9-inch version that could be coming out. I think there could be two of them for the iPad Pro. That the ones with those screens could be delayed, and that's because of a manufacturing issue. This is happening to a lot of different products right now. Obviously, the manufacturing of things was delayed, and all kinds of issues that have happened over this last year because of the pandemic, and this could be something that's affected by that. So even though they may make the announcement, you may be not able to get a whole lot of them for a little while. So expect something with the iPad Pro, maybe not being able to get your hands on them for a little bit. Another thing is the iPad Mini, an update to that as well. So that's something else that's most likely going to happen when we're talking about the iPad side of things. Now, for the rest of it, there's a good chance we'll probably get the Apple AirTags, which we've expected for a long time, and that's their version of essentially Tile to help you track your different products. Samsung's got the same thing going. Everybody wants to get those little sensors in so you can track where your products are. As somebody who loses his phone all the time, I'm happy with that kind of stuff for everything, my wallet, whatever else it is. That's kind of the idea behind those. So expect something like that, and probably some other announcements and news and surprises that will come with it. One thing we could be getting, though, is an update to the Apple TV, and not TV Plus, the actual hardware, the Apple TV. So this would be big, something that a lot of people have been wanting for a long time. If it does come out, maybe we get an updated version, maybe they revamp the other version. We don't know for sure, but it does seem like now of any time would be the time for us to finally see something in the Apple TV range as far as the hardware is concerned. And this does go along with some other rumors that are happening. So just really quick, I want to run down those. And this has to do with probably not this hardware announcement, but something else further down, maybe this year. And Apple is reportedly developing something with their new Apple TV, a new one, whether it's this one or not. We don't know. This could just be an update, but a new version of the Apple TV hardware that would include a few different things. One, a camera on it, so that I'm going to guess that would be something that you could FaceTime directly from your television. It would incorporate some of the aspects of the HomePod. Now, the HomePod itself was discontinued with that technology utilizing Siri. That could be something that could still go in there, and maybe even a sound bar that would go with this. So these are all parts of these rumors that are coming out, again, about where they could be going with the Apple TV hardware. It's been a long time since we've seen anything real major updated. So I think for people out there who are still waiting for that, who are definitely in the Apple ecosystem, this could be huge. And it does make sense to incorporate all those things into one. One other possibility has to do with a HomePod type of product or a speaker that would have an iPad-like screen attached to it with a robot arm that could follow along and track you as you go through your living room. That's may seem creepy to some people, but that technology is already there with Google, Facebook with a lot of their things with the portal. That kind of uses that technology as well. So this is something that wouldn't be that surprising if Apple does go along those lines. We'll have to see where they're at. The HomePod Mini still on the market, but the HomePod gone. This could be potential successors. So a lot there with Apple. I think, though, like I said, we're going to find out more this week. So we will keep you up to date. Follow 2 Box Media for that. All right, continuing on here with some trending news. After all the Apple talk, let's talk about Google and an update that seems to be coming from them. And it has to do with their Digital Wellbeing program, which is essentially the idea is to use your phone less. It helps you understand what you're doing with technology. And this is an update that was seen online, and it does have to do with looking at your phone while you're walking. Something I am completely guilty of. Anybody who knows me, I have done this many times. I am a walking disaster with that. And I'm not the only one. I am not the only person out there who looks at their phone too much while they're walking or is texting while they're walking, not paying attention to their surroundings. Don't do that. Don't be like me. This is what Google's trying to help out with. So it's called Google Heads Up. And essentially, it would give you warnings while you're walking, looking at your phone saying, hey, ding dong, look around the traffic. Maybe don't walk into the street. Maybe pay attention to the people around you. Be careful. Don't walk off the train tracks. Those kinds of things. So it's a sign of the times. I mean, I guess not even a sign of the times. This has been a problem for a while now of people not paying attention. I have a couple of different statistics here. This is actually from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, but it goes back to 2012. So you can only imagine what it is now. There's a lot of issues that come with distracted walking. So they said that 68% of those injured are women, 54% are people ages 40 or younger. And the issue has even brought up some different things where towns and places are trying to curb that. This isn't the first time we've seen this. There is a fine that you can get in certain cities for walking and texting at the same time, especially if you're crossing the street. There are some padded light posts that went up in London and I imagine elsewhere because people kept running into them. And also even some ways to maybe have people look at the sidewalk and have something illuminate or be written on there to where you'd pay attention. So the bottom line is be careful when you're walking around and not paying attention. Present company very much included, and hopefully you are safe as well. But that's something you can expect coming from the Digital Wellbeing app. We don't know when they'll release it, but this was seen in some developer design. So there you go. All right, continuing on. What about getting pizza delivered via autonomous vehicle? This isn't the first time that we've heard about this. We knew this was going to be coming actually for a couple of years because of the autonomous delivery company Nuro and their R2 robot. And the R2 is a fully self-driving delivery vehicle. They've been testing this thing out in a lot of places. A lot of times it's been for store items or groceries, but now partnering with Domino's to deliver pizza in the Houston area. Yes, some customers will be getting their pizza delivered via autonomous delivery truck, car, vehicle, whatever you want to call this thing. So it will show up. How it works is it shows up at your place. You get a code that you go up. It's got a screen on the outside. You type in your code. It opens up. Boom. There's your hot pizza waiting for you directly from the vehicle itself. And this is, again, being approved for delivery in the Houston area. They're saying that there's a few different firsts with this as far as getting approval. They have had some approval before in California to do some testing, but this is full on. It's going to be driving around on these streets, and in particular, the Woodland Heights store is where you're going to be seeing this first. So that there in the Houston area, it's going to be using radar. It's got 360 degrees of video. It's designed to go on kind of residential streets. You're not going to see this thing on the freeway, but it is something that's coming and kind of a sign of the times. You got a lot of companies that are working on different autonomous delivery, whether it's vehicles or drones or anything else along those lines. This is one of the first ones, though, for pizza. Get your pizza via an autonomous delivery vehicle. Check that out right there. All right, something else here for this week. The Mars helicopter Ingenuity was going to be attempting to take off and fly on Sunday, and that didn't happen. There was a bit of a warning that came up, which is standard procedure. Nothing was wrong. It doesn't sound like anyway. It was just one of those things where it's like, let's not do it right now. So they delayed it. So now the plan is for this to happen on Wednesday, April 14th. So we talked about this last week. There's a lot of hype about this because it's going to be the first time ever that a helicopter is flying on another planet. It's pretty exciting stuff, what they're going to be able to do. So it's sitting there. You've got footage because the Perseverance rover is looking right at it. It's got cameras on it. So they did turn it on and they actually did spin the rotors. So that you did get to see that right there, but it didn't take off yet. And so that's what is going to be happening ideally on Wednesday. Again, anything can change, but if it does, this will be the first time it's ever happened that a drone or a helicopter, a flying vehicle has taken off from an alien planet, that planet being Mars, the red planet right next to us. So this is pretty exciting stuff. So it'll happen, again, if it does happen, it'll happen on Wednesday. You'll be able to follow along directly with the data as it comes in. And then after that, ideally, we'll get video and footage of this thing not only flying off, but hopefully from it itself as it goes up above the Martian surface for just a brief amount of time before landing again. So the whole thing, if it does go off, means it's the first, not only for that, but the first in a series of tests that they're going to be doing with Ingenuity. It is not designed to last for very long as far as longevity during all these tests, but it is kind of a sign of the times. If this works, that means future missions will probably absolutely have something along these lines. Maybe we send it to other planets or moons. Lots of exciting possibilities with this, and a lot of science and ingenuity, if you will, behind it to get this thing to take off in that very, very light atmosphere, thin atmosphere of Mars. Pretty exciting stuff, and that's coming up later this week, something to look forward to. So there you go. Just a few different things to talk about, to know, to be aware of as we go into this week. We will always keep you up to date, though, at 2Box Media on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, with everything that's going on. So Wednesday, I've got that. I made my prognostication that I think we're going to get the at least announcement of an announcement, maybe, from Apple this week. I feel like it's got to be. I mean, they said by the end of the month. My odds should be pretty good on that. But who knows? Anything could change, but that's where we're at with that. And we will, like I said, keep you up to date with everything. I appreciate everybody watching. Please hit subscribe, follow, share, check out our other videos that we've got online as well. Always send us an email, info@twoboxmedia.com or greg@twoboxmedia.com. Write me on Twitter, wherever you're following. We will get back to you as well. And thanks for watching. We do have another episode coming up on Friday of The Inbox with Greg Nibler, but expect some more stuff this week as well. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.